I'm Aveline. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So just want a little bit of a heads up because it's been a while since I've done a voiceover like super late at night. And it's currently 2:30, so if this turns out to be a mess, I'm blaming it on that, just so you know already. But also if I'm super sarcastic throughout the whole thing, that's why as well. Let's just go with that. Yeah, definitely. But today we are doing or building a mini townhouse. I kind of want to call this a mini one. I tried to make it as small as possible. The floor plan is kind of interesting because of that, because I really tried to keep it as small as possible. We're building on a 20 by 15 in Copperdale. It's one of the lots that's already built on when you just like start a new world. However, I am trying to redo all the lots, or at least as much as I can without or before doing like a updated version of the save file. Don't worry, still got my eyes on Moonwood Mill. I've just been focusing a little bit on Copperdale lately because I've just been feeling like it. So still need a little bit of a spark of like inspiration before I jump into the last one of my Moonwood Mill builds, which kind of annoys me, I'm not gonna lie. Sure, also annoys some of you, but I just need, like, I don't want to force it, you know, I just need that spark of inspiration, so I'll get there eventually. But I've actually just today finished the last one of the livable lots in Copperdale, so I'm only in air quotes, or not in air quotes, but like, I suppose they're called air quotes, I don't know, like finger bunny ears? Yes, that thing. Only missing the thrifty and boba shop. It's late. Listen, it's late. Okay. Or is it early? That's a good question. Anyway, but the thrift shop, the boba thrift shop situation, I'm missing that one, which I kind of want to have a go at despite not really being into community lots. Not sure if I want to touch the library, honestly, because I've just no interest in building a library, but if you really want a new library for the save file, let me know and I'll have a look at it. And I'm also missing the school, but I do have a plan for the school. I don't want to do the whole like 64 by 64 in one video. I kind of want to split it up into several videos and just have a chill time with it, if you get what I mean. So I think we're gonna do it like a let's build kind of situation and just take our time with it, essentially, because when you end up doing, I've seen other, like, this is no diss or whatever that's called at any of my fellow builders, by the way, because I've seen them build beautiful schools. I just have a hard time like somehow fitting in 64 by 64 lot into one video or even two, and I don't like it. So, or like speed builds at least, because like you have to speed it up like crazy and then do the voiceover just like 40 minutes long. I want to have some fun with it. I don't want to stress out about it, so I'm thinking about doing a let's build for that instead. So let me know what you think about that. We can have some fun with it. It sounds a lot less stressful to me personally, at least. But also, if I have to sit here and record with face cam and everything, for like, it's the whole lot because it's so warm. Hopefully it'll cool down a little bit next week so we can get started, if you are interested at least. But like, there's a heat wave over Europe right now, in case you did not know, and it sucks. Yeah, we're not used to it over here. Well, some countries are, but we're not here in the north. I'm melting. It's fine. Just want to state that. So even here at like 2:30 in the morning, my office is still like 30 degrees and I'm melting. It's fine, everything's fine. Also, if you're wondering why I'm doing the voiceover this late, usually I don't. I like to do them like, for some reason, I have like a window. So just a little insight into my workday before we get started talking about the build and everything. Even though this is not for like a specific family, to be honest, because there's no family living on this lot by default. But just a little insight. So I like to do my voiceovers in a very specific window between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. That's when I feel most comfortable doing voiceovers. However, my sister, my very pregnant sister, is currently visiting. No, she's not staying at my apartment. I'm not disturbing her sleep right now. Don't worry. She's at a hotel with my mom. I'm still at home. They're literally just around the corner from my apartment, so that's the whole thing. But, you know, I think that's cool. So they can, like, she can get some sleep. She has a little puppy, too. Like, she doesn't really sleep much. Pregnant and a puppy, that's a lot of work. So they're over there sleeping all night and I'm here working all night. That's just how it is. That sounded so salty. It was not meant like that, but that's why I'm up really late right now, because I've been hanging out with both my sister and my mom a little bit throughout the day, and like other than working, basically finishing another build that'll go up at some point this week. So yeah, it's just gonna be a bit of a busy week, to be honest, with her here, and then we're going to Copenhagen for like one day, and then I'm going home again. And then I don't even know. I need the heat to go away as well, because then I can deal with the stress, you know? Like, then I can deal with all these things going on. But with the heat, it's just too much, you know? So anyway, about this build. It is for 2 parents, a teen, and also a kid. So the floor plan is a little bit interesting, but that's because... So, okay. The exterior of the build. I tried to model it sort of after some of the other buildings that are in the same area as this one as we're building in today, because I really want the house to just fit in, you know, like fully fit in. Also with the quote-unquote landscaping that I'm doing, which is not like full-on landscaping, but it's essentially just like a small city backyard without any grass. I know that sounds super luxurious, but I don't know, the other houses also didn't have backyards, so I just kind of was inspired by them. Of course, I took some creative liberties because I still wanted the house to not look like a shell, which essentially the other houses are. But overall, definitely trying to stick to the same vibe, just keep it clean and just try to make it fit in with the surroundings. So that's what we're focusing on most. And because of that, I was trying to make sure that the shape of the house fit with, especially the house right next to it. So it was very inspired by that one with modifications. I also tried to make sure that the color scheme stood out without like standing out too much. I also don't want to, like, you know, the house can't get lost among all the other houses. You still have to be able to spot it, you know, so the color scheme is a little bit different. I'm also not only using base game, which the other houses, well, base game in high school years, which the other houses, I believe they're mainly base game in high school years. If they slipped in anything from other packs, I have not noticed, but I also didn't fully like closely study every single house or every single shell. But because I wanted to make these modifications to the house, the little square, the little part of the house on the right side is the green part, right? The top floor is where the living room ended up being because it's basically a sunroom. I thought it would be cool and just add like a touch of something else to basically use the mosquito windows for that bit. So instead of it just being like 2 stories filled with green paint and then these boring windows that I believe are base game, I think those are the ones they've used for some of the other houses as well, or maybe I like upgraded them a little bit because I don't really remember. I've built 2 townhouses right after each other, so in my head I'm kind of mixing them together a little bit, but I just wanted to make sure that it had a touch of something else. So I decided to use the mosquito windows for the second floor. However, because I did that, it didn't really feel right to place the parents' bedroom in there because that's a lot of windows for a bedroom. So I decided in the end to place the parents' bedroom on the ground floor, which is where I would usually put the living room, and then place the living room on the second floor. That's what that whole rant was about, but I don't know. Sometimes you want explanations, and there you go. I gave them. Anyway, as for like vibe inside the house, just trying to not make everything look expensive. I just realized that I actually used the tiles from Jungle Adventure that are cracked. I did not notice until now. That's fine, just adding to the aesthetic, that's cool. But it's definitely a family that has gathered or collected things throughout the years, so they have stuff to like decorate with. They have plants as well because it just fit with the sunroom. I felt like I just needed to include them. They have clutter. They have like just these little like knickknacks here and there that they've collected throughout the years. There's a lot you can do like with because I don't really have like a clear picture of what the family is like. If you do, let me know. I always love hearing background stories for you guys or from you guys. Also, just want to note, because I don't think I included this in the footage, but I think I actually may have accidentally not recorded it, but at some point I actually rotate this room so I don't move the things. I just, because it was after I placed down all the decor and I was like, I'm not doing that manually, so I just rotated the room. It's a 4x4, it wasn't really causing any issues, but at some point, if you're a little bit confused about where we are in the floor plan, I've done it now. I think I might have accidentally not hit the record button for a little bit, but you saw the important parts, right? You saw the cluttering. That's the important parts. I think I can pretty much sum up what else I did in the parents' bedroom, like added a mirror, added a dresser, and some curtains, and that's basically it. But I didn't really have anywhere to place down a dresser because the windows were in the way. I don't like to place stuff in front of windows, so I had to rotate the room, and that's what ended up happening. And I was just, I did a dumb and didn't record it, so I just thought I would explain it to you. And now I completely forgot what I was talking about before. I'm blaming it on being 2:30 in the morning right now. Actually, it's 2:45 now. Yeah. I think I was saying something about clutter. Like, even though I don't necessarily have like a full-on idea of what these Sims are like, I remember placing down the dresser here and then thinking, oh, that's cute, it has some paint on it. Let's actually turn this room into like a painter's, kind of like a teen painter's, or just a teen who's very artsy or something. Let's turn it into that sort of teen's bedroom. So they got their own easel. I decided to place down some other, I think maybe that one is actually not the perfect choice of clutter that I placed on the dresser, but they got a couple of like pictures and stuff as well that I believe are from high school years that look like drawings as well. So I kind of figured they could be doing something, like we could kind of pretend like they'd painted those or drawn those, you know? So it's just, even though, again, I don't have necessarily like a clear idea of what this household is like, some of the clutter will give some sort of picture. I know this bathroom, by the way, I know it sucks. I did not have room for a proper bath or shower stall, so they have an open shower. That's just how it is today. It's a good thing they don't have a dog or a toddler, because otherwise they'd be stinky. So let's just look at it positive, like in a positive light. No toddlers, no dogs, no one will be stinky because everyone can use the shower, even though it's an open shower. Yeah. I don't remember what I was thinking while decorating this, except that I thought the bed swatch was so funny. It's like minty, but then also peachy, which is a very brave color combination, but also one that I think surprisingly works. So I was trying to tie in like different items. I was also trying to combine some items here so that I could place some hanging clothes below these shelving units or whatever they're called. And, but anyway, I was trying just to kind of pull everything together in the room, so use colors that were inspired by the bed sheets. It was a lot of fun. I think I did okay. My computer's so noisy right now. Wow. Okay, anyway, sorry if you can hear that. But it surprised me that the desk that came with, it almost matches. It's from Parenthood, but it almost matches in this peachy color with it, like, just if we're a little bit, use your imagination just a little bit, because I do know that the pillow is definitely leaning on orange. Actually, right now it looks very orange. I think they go together, is my point. I might have just, you know, a little goodwill, you know, but we don't really have a lot of orange items in the game. At least not as far as, like, we don't have a lot of peachy items in the games either, or in the game either, to be honest. Just like we don't have a lot of purple items. Why is this a thing? I do actually think high school years has helped a lot with the lack of purple items though, so that's a good thing. But anyway, my point is, the color scheme in the kids' bedroom was definitely inspired by the bed swatch, which was a lot of fun to do. I thought that color combination was very brave, so I just wanted to have some fun with it. Apparently also managed to skip some recording for this room, but this is the sunroom, this is their living room. Trying to include some more like DIY looking furniture as well, because again, nothing, I think I said this at least, but like nothing is supposed to look like it's pricey. If I didn't say it, I was supposed to say it at some point and then just forgot. But anyway, we rant here on the channel, it's fine. You're used to it by now, aren't you? Hopefully. But just trying to make sure that everything doesn't look like it's like high-end or expensive in any way, because the house itself, to me, I feel like houses, especially like townhouses in cities, are so expensive, so I could imagine them not really wanting to spend a lot of money on furniture or something. I don't know. It might be different location-wise for Copperdale because it's a smaller place, but I don't know enough about the housing market to talk about this, so let's move on. But secondhand furniture, or just furniture that looks like it's been used well, you know, definitely also adds like a touch of personality to an interior, so I was having a lot of fun with that as well. I actually really like both the couch here and also the chair from Eco Lifestyle. They look DIY'd, so DIY'd, and it's so cool. I think it's also the first time that I'm using the coffee table, which is from high school years. And I don't know, because it hasn't really fit into any other interiors that I've done as far as I remember, but I don't know, this is like the 7th build I've done in Copperdale, so I might be misremembering. When I'm done with a build, I move on to the next one, and then I just completely forget everything that I've just done. It's horrible. Cannot recommend. I like being able to remember my builds, but I just can't. I would love to be able to, but I just can't. Don't know what it is. It's a miracle that I'm doing this voiceover right now and actually am remembering some things because I have built a house since I finished this one. Honestly, don't know how I'm managing because normally I can't. But as for the, oh yeah, I saw some of the houses, we're using a lot of flower boxes on the ground here around the house, but that's also because if you look at some of the shells in the surrounding area, you'll see there's a lot of like flower boxes just around, both to like form paths but also close to some of the house shells, also in these more like common areas that are between the houses or the house shells. So I thought I would include some of that in this build as well. I did not want to do anything with grass in the backyard. It didn't feel like it fit in. Even though there's greenery in the area, so on this like tree platform that we're building, or wood platform that we're building on, there's no grass. There's no grass areas. They're just including trees that are planted in plant boxes or small like squares and stuff. As you can see, I also planted mine, or placed mine in plant boxes. They're not planted in them. Just in case I don't know, you probably already knew that. But I hope you can tell that I had a lot of fun trying to fit this in with the area. I had this little corner here at the front that was just so empty, so I decided to do a little bit with it, but it's definitely looking a little bit random, but it was just too empty. I didn't like it, so I had to do this. But anyway, I hope you guys like this build. If you do, you can download it off the gallery. My ID... Gallery? What was that? My gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And as always, trade files can be found over on my Patreon, which will be linked to in the description box as well as in the pinned comment. And if you like books, check out my booktube channel. It's also linked in the pinned comment. But that is all I got for you guys today. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.
We were young and we were free and running, never bothered about what could be coming. Every day we danced and life was smiling. We were young and drunk in love. A few years later I have started thinking, if it's just love in every glass I'm drinking, we're like one and without you I'm sinking. I'm always shining next to you. Oh, I got you, there's no reason to chasing pavement on my own, 'cause you're here to stay every night and day. I'm delighted 'cause I got you.
I have always been afraid of changes, but you show me life is full of faces. Sometimes clouds got in our favorite places, but we were young and unaware.
Oh, I got you,